ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਪਾਰ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਡਰਾਈਵਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਵੈਕਸੀਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਖੁਰਾਕਾਂ ਲੱਗਣੀਆਂ ਲਾਜ਼ਮੀ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਹਨ। ਇਸ ਫੈਸਲੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਕਈ ਟਰੱਕਰਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਰਾਸ਼ਾ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਬਹੁਤ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਨਾਲ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੀ ਸਪਲਾਈ ਚੇਨ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੀ ਅਸਰ ਪੈ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਅੰਤਰ ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਮਾਮਲਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕੀਤੇ।
So, Evan, this is not a surprise for the trucking industry. We had indicated that this would be the posture in the middle of January. We'd indicated that at the end of November, sort of 2.5 months ago. So they have known this is the case. The Americans are imposing next week a similar mandate. Evan, what's disrupting supply chains and what's endangering supply chains is COVID, is the pandemic. And the best way out of the pandemic is vaccination. So whether it's federally regulated workplaces where we've mandated vaccine requirements, or whether it's travel on an airplane, this shouldn't surprise anybody. Right. This every doctor and public health expert will confirm is the best way to get COVID behind us, and that's the best way to return security and stability to Canada's supply chain. Evan, as I said, everybody's had adequate notice that this policy was coming into effect. A similar policy is coming into effect in the United States. What will remove some of the inflationary pressures on supply chains, what will ensure that we have adequate and reliable supply at Canadian grocery stores, is to bring an end to the pandemic, is to put COVID behind us. So the more people we can encourage to get vaccinated, to protect themselves, their families, and their communities, and the Canadian economy, the faster we can get COVID behind us. We've taken note of a proposal that the Quebec government made public last week. Different provinces at different times, Evan, have put into place measures to encourage vaccine uptake. You'll remember when the vaccines first became available last spring and in great quantities last summer, some provinces had raffles for a lifetime hunting license to encourage people to get vaccinated. So across the country, different provincial governments within their own jurisdiction have been doing what they think is the best way to encourage their populations, their citizens, to get vaccinated. Our job as a national government is to ensure that we have an adequate supply of vaccines so that every eligible Canadian can receive one, is to use every available mechanism to encourage Canadians to get vaccinated, to do the right thing. In our own jurisdiction, Evan, whether it's federally regulated industries, banks, telecommunications companies, airlines, we've imposed vaccine mandates in the federal public service. So provinces are looking within their own jurisdiction at what they think is the best way to encourage vaccine uptake. And we'll continue to do what we can to ensure that provinces have an adequate supply of all of these vaccines and things like rapid tests and obviously new therapeutic drugs should they become available. We've said, Evan, for many months, a First Minister's meeting the Prime Minister had a year ago, that we were prepared to increase the federal transfer for healthcare to provinces and territories. We're also in the middle of a very, very serious global pandemic. The Government of Canada has stepped up in a massive way to support provinces, the healthcare system, $65 billion alone during the pandemic to support healthcare delivery in the provinces. And
ਉਦਮੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਮੂਹ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਨਵੀਂ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਚੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਕਮਰਸ ਦੀ ਸਥਾਪਨਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ, ਜਿਸ ਦਾ ਉਦੇਸ਼ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਆਰਥਿਕ ਹਿੱਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਏਕੀਕਰਨ ਹੈ। ਚੈਂਬਰ ਦੇ ਉਦਘਾਟਨ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਸੰਦੇਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਜਸਟਿਨ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਦੁਆਰਾ CHCC ਦੇ ਗਠਨ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦਿਆਂ ਵਧਾਈ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਸੰਸਦ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਚੰਦਰ ਆਰਿਆ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਪੜ੍ਹੇ ਗਏ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੰਦੇਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਟਰੂਡੋ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਭਾਈਚਾਰੇ ਨੇ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਵਪਾਰਕ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀਕੋਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹੱਤਵਪੂਰਨ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਪਾਇਆ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਕੀਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਚੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਕਮਰਸ ਪ੍ਰਤੀਨਿਧਤਾ, ਵਿਕਾਸ ਅਤੇ ਸੁਧਾਰ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਲਾਜ਼ਮੀ ਮੰਚ ਬਣ ਜਾਵੇਗਾ।
And she also did mention very neatly that Hindus were born to trade. 6 years I lived in the Middle East, 3 years in Oman. One of the biggest trade groups there are Indian Hindus who have been there for more than 150 years, have become one of the pillars of the Omani community, and they still practice the religion. Their first Hindu temple in Oman in the entire Gulf countries was in Oman, built by the Hindu traders who settled there for good. I see the board you have got representatives from Hindus who came to Canada from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Going forward, it will be good to expand so that the various geographical places are represented in the board too. As I was introduced, I was told about my Indo-Canada Ottawa Business Chamber. I was the first lifetime member of that organization. I know the challenges of building the business organization, but it is worth its while. I'm seeing the success of Indo-Canada Ottawa Business Chamber. I can see the success of Canadian Hindu Chamber of Commerce. One of the things that I'm sure it is in your objectives, is to create a platform for Canadian Hindus all across Canada to get to know each other, so that the synergy of interacting with each other develop. And another thing I'm sure it is also in your agenda, that we need to showcase, highlight positive role models amongst the Canadian Hindus who have been successful, as you mentioned, Nareshji, in various professions, from whether a doctor or engineer or a shopkeeper to a big businessman or to the academy or in the academic world. Canadian Hindus have had their success very much. Before I read the message from the Prime Minister, I just want to let you guys all know a piece of good news, that in another 30 to 60 days, I will be introducing a motion in the Parliament to declare November as the Hindu Heritage Month all across Canada. So the Canadian Hindus from all parts of Canada, from all different provinces and the territories, can celebrate the Hindu Heritage Month. It is already in the place. I got my number, and soon it will be coming up for me to present this. Now I will read the message from Honorable Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. Message from the Prime Minister. It is with great pleasure that I congratulate you on the founding of the Canadian Hindu Chamber of Commerce. I would like to welcome all members of the community who are participating in this inaugural event. I would also like to express my gratitude to the founders of this organization dedicated to strengthening the Hindu business community in Canada. The Hindu community has made important contribution to the Canadian business landscape, and I am sure the Chamber of Commerce will become an indispensable forum for representation, development, and improvement. This inaugural event of the Canadian Hindu Chamber of Commerce is sure to be a memorable experience. The last 2 years have been exceptionally challenging for our society, and the COVID-19 pandemic has made planning events especially difficult. I would therefore like to congratulate the organizers for their commitment in bringing this event to fruition. Please accept my warmest welcome and best wishes for a successful launch. Signed, Justin Trudeau. To close my remarks, I would like to congratulate you all again, and please be assured that me and my office is always available to you in any case or manner. Anything that I can do to help this organization grow, I will be there. Thank you so much.
ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਸੂਬੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ ਸਕੂਲ ਇਨ ਪਰਸਨ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ ਲਈ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹ ਗਏ ਹਨ। ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਦੇ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਪਿਛਲੇ 2 ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ PPE ਦੀ ਸਪਲਾਈ ਕਰਨ, ਅਧਿਆਪਕਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੀਕਾਕਰਨ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਵਧੇਰਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਬਿਤਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ। ਸੂਬੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਘੋਸ਼ਣਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਪਿਡ ਟੈਸਟਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਪਲਾਈ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਵੇਗੀ।
Here's a typical class package. We have 5 N95s, which have been provided by the province for the teachers, and we got 2 masks per student for them. And that's going to be picked up by the teachers at 7:30 in the morning and between 7:30 and 8:10 and distributed in class. And we have plenty of extra in case somebody gets missed.
For students and staff who are symptomatic. And so we, as a board, received ours Friday, and our central staff have been working tirelessly over the weekend, and we'll, in the early part of this week to get them delivered to all of our schools.
Is my biggest concern is being able to staff the school properly. Some are in quarantine, some are sick. I hope that there will be enough to run the school the way we want to run it.
Because we really shouldn't have been in this place where we're scrambling. I mean, education workers are in the schools this weekend, repackaging tests and masks to try to get them to kids. You know, you don't run a big system like our education system here in Ontario like that. You need to plan ahead, you need to be proactive, and we all knew that this wave was going to come.
We're pretty okay with going back to school. You know, we're pretty accustomed to, you know, distancing, masking, sanitizing. So I think we have that pretty down pat. I don't think there's really any big concerns.
ਇਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਅਲਬਰਟਾ ਅਤੇ ਸਸਕੈਚਵਾਨ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਸੂਬੇ ਓਮਿਕਰੋਨ ਵੇਰੀਐਂਟ ਦੇ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਜੂਝ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਸੂਬਿਆਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਹਸਪਤਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਰਤੀ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਦਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਤੇਜ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਵਾਧਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਦਿਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਪਰ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਸੂਬਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸੂਬਿਆਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਕੋਈ ਵਾਧੂ ਪਾਬੰਦੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਐਲਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਤਾਂ ਅਜਿਹੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾਹਿਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਹਾਲਤ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਬੱਤਰ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ।
As we look at you know, public health restrictions that would be put in place that ultimately would limit you know, people from coming together, whether that be in schools, whether that be in workplaces in our community, it doesn't seem to be slowing the spread of Omicron in other areas of Canada.
I actually don't know what empirical data that he has to back up that claim. So we are about halfway through into this wave. We are seeing 125 hospital beds occupied, and I think it could easily be doubling and tripling, you know, from that point on.
This is the highest number of active cases that we have identified in Alberta at any time during COVID.
We're not even seeing the cases that were caused by the gatherings at Christmas or New Year's yet. So the odds are things are going to get significantly worse.
ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਦੇ ਕੈਬਨਿਟ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੇ ਅਖੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਅਹੁਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਅਸਤੀਫਾ ਦੇਣ ਦਾ ਐਲਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਚੋਣਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਤੇ ਸਿਆਸਤ ਤੋਂ ਸੰਨਿਆਸ ਲੈਣਗੇ। ਲੌਂਗ ਟਰਮ ਕੇਅਰ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਅਜਿਹੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਲਾਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਜਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੰਤਰਾਲੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਂਭਣ ਲਈ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਡਗ ਫੋਰਡ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਨੂੰ ਨਿਯੁਕਤ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਆਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਿਆ, ਇਸ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਖੁਦ ਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ਕਿਸਮਤ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਹਨ।